Hello, my friends. So I wanted to introduce you to Jolene Harrelson. And if you don't know me, my name is Erica Bonham. And we actually work in the same building.
We do.
And we were just chatting and we thought it would be fun to do a little collaboration together. Because our work, we're both therapists, but we do different things. And so I wanted to introduce y'all to her. And she is a couples person, and I am a trauma recovery person. So there's a lot of overlap. And I thought it would be interesting to talk about how you see trauma showing up, as well as nervous system regulation and dysregulation showing up in couples work.
Yeah, for sure. It definitely is not in isolation, right? Like, let's just see a trauma therapist. Let's just see someone who focuses on couples. So I love the conversations that you and I have around the overlap with this. Primarily couples will come in and they'll say, we want to work on, more effective communication. My primary specialty, not my only way that I work with couples, is sex therapy. And so couples will come in and say, we either want to have more sex, or we want to have better sex, or we want to be more intimate or experience more pleasure together. But there are these things that are kind of coming in the way or getting in the way that are preventing us from being able to even just connect or communicate with each other. So when couples show up in the room, part of my initial assessment is getting to know and understand, not just their current relationship, but their relationship history or timeline, but then also each of their own unique and individual experiences in life, like family of origin and other previous relationships too. And so within that tends to sprinkle in experiences that have somehow either sort of stamped, if you will, like on their hearts and in their heads and in their nervous systems, different experiences that show up in their current experience. Some people refer to it as their baggage. And I'm like, we all just have different checked baggage in our life. So
yeah. And I'm just thinking, in order to actually effectively communicate, you have to have some regulation in your system.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so what I find a lot is people might be saying the right words or saying the effective communication strategies or saying the nonviolent sentence, but it's through clinch, you can feel the dysregulation, when you do this behavior, I feel angry.
Right.
And it's very hard to actually have any kind of rest and digest, any kind of exchange if there's so much dysregulation. That's not to say that there's not room for rage or anger.
Yeah.
But do you see that?
Yeah.
People getting dysregulated?
So much. Well, and it's, in thinking about people's backgrounds, right? Not everybody is seeking therapy because their parents messed them up. I say that because I think that in what's on the internet and social media is everywhere, right? Is my mom or dad or caregiver did this, and that's why I am unable to participate in relationships, or show up in the way that I want to or the way that my partner wants to. But it's a matter of even tapping into what does it feel like when you identify as feeling angry. So the entry point in couples therapy too is kind of understanding how can we help to connect our brains and our bodies, and they're actually connected, right? But we as humans do such a wonderful job of disconnecting them. We work so hard to disconnect them, and even saying my brain and my body, as if the brain is not a part of that. And so the somatic work of even just trying to understand what if each of the partner's experience has been in with that. Right? Growing up, it was did their parent dismiss, or did they attend, or did they nurture? And that continues to, in terms of their neurons that wire together or fire together, wire together. Same thing can happen in a relationship. And so pull that in, pull attachment in, and trying to just tap in. What happens? Have you heard the term dysregulation or activation? And what has been your experience with that? Let's kind of understand what that means and what can it look like to self-regulate and to co-regulate in relationship.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So I have a regulation toolkit. It's in my bio. If you want to check that out, it's a lot of different somatic tools, somatic exercises that actually help to stimulate and strengthen the vagus nerve, which is really important in nervous system regulation. And Jolene, we'll put Jolene's website we'll put both of our websites in the comments. And reach out for a consult if you're wanting some couples support, if you're wanting some nervous system regulation trauma work with me, and we can also work together if you want to do that as well. So we would love to hear your questions on how, couples in trauma intermingle, and we're happy to jump on another video for you as well.
Yeah, sounds great.
Thanks, Jolene.
Thanks so much for your time.
Yeah.